I'm Nick Salisbury and this is my information speech. Today we're going to be talking about guitars. We're going to talk about different types of guitars, some of the parts of guitars, a little bit about music, and some techniques in playing guitar. So let's get started. First we're going to talk about acoustic guitars. The only major difference in an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar is the way they produce the sound. Electric guitars use amplifiers. Acoustic guitar, it's all natural, just whatever comes outside of the body. The parts of the guitar, here's your headstock right here. It holds the tuning pegs. These tuning pegs turn one way or the other to raise your pitch up or down to get the desired tone that you want. This here, this white piece, is the nut. This gets the proper spacing between the strings. Then you have the neck. And the neck has all the little silver things there called frets. So this is your fretboard. Down here at the bottom you have your bridge. This holds the strings in place to get the tension up here with the tuning pegs. Then here you have your sound hole. And this is where all the sound comes out of in an acoustic guitar. Now just like an electric guitar, acoustic guitars have 6 strings. And the strings go from low to high. They go E, A, D, G, B, and E. And I have them also written up here. And a good way to remember this is elephants are dumb, got big ears. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the fretboard here. The fretboard is divided up into half steps. Now what are half and whole steps, you might ask? Well, I've written that down here. Half step goes from A to A sharp, and then from A sharp to B would be another half step. From A to B is considered a whole step. Now you notice I have B and C and E and F written down here because they're special. There's no such thing as a B sharp, and there's no such thing as an E sharp. It goes directly from B to C and directly from E to F. And why that is important is when you're playing on your guitar, if you play your open E here, you don't go down to an E sharp, you go down to an F. So you have E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. Now you remember, there's no B sharp, so you go directly to C. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and E. Now we're right back to E where we started. Every guitar is going to have a mark here on the 12th fret. It's either going to be a mark or a lot of times it's 2 dots. And then everything repeats itself again. You start right back over with the E, A, D, G, B, and E. Now we're going to move on to the electric guitar. This guitar here is a Fender, and it's a solid body guitar, which just means it's made out of a solid piece of wood. All these other parts are the same. The only major difference is these guitars have pickups. They pick up the vibrations of the string, running through a cord to an amp. These here are considered single coil pickups. You'll see a lot of guitars that have fatter ones, or they'll have 2 of these put together. These are considered double coil pickups, or a lot of people call them humbuckers. This here is your volume knob, basically volume up and down. These are your tone knobs, which kind of flatten the sound out a little bit. And this knob here is a 5-way pickup selector. And what this does is just select the pickup that you want to play. So if you have it up here at the very top, you're going to be playing out of this pickup. You move down, you'll be playing out of these 2 pickups. If you put it in the middle, you'll be playing out of just that one. Move it down, these 2, and move it down to the bottom and you play out of just this one. Now these top 3 are mainly for rhythm guitar, and you use the bottom ones or the bottom 2 for a lot of your leads because they cut through a little more. Now we're going to move on to a little bit of technique. First thing, the major thing in rock and roll and hard rock music is power chords. You got to learn the power chords. The best way to learn them is you're going to use your pinky and your index finger. You're going to put your index finger right here. We'll start on this 3rd dot, this first dot here. And you're going to put your pinky down 1 string behind it. You want to hold your pick right between your thumb and that forefinger and plant your pinky down here so your hand's not all flopping around. And then you just hit it. And that's a power chord, or that's called a major 5th. Now if you want to go ahead and put your fingers there and just pick that pinky up, and you go 5th, 4th. You went from a 5th to a 4th. Between those 2 things right there, you can play hundreds of rock songs and make up your own songs too. Now we'll go into a little bit of techniques about lead. The 4 major things that you're going to use is you're going to use the slide technique. But you just go from one note and you just slide into the next note. It's as simple as that. You can slide 2 strings, You can slide all the way down the neck, you can slide up, down, however you want to do it, you can just slide. The next one is called the pull off. All you do then is you hit the note and you just pull your finger off. And that just kind of lets you be able to play a little faster without having to pick so fast. The third technique is called a hammer on. You just hit the string and just hammer that finger down. And that's called a hammer on. And the fourth one we're going to talk about today is called a bend. And then sometimes you're going to want to use an extra finger to get that extra strength in there. And you just hit it, and you just want to bend it up like that. With a little bit of practice, you'll be able to apply all these techniques into your guitar playing. And remember, you're never too old and you're never too young to learn how to play guitar. Guitar is a great way to relieve stress and a great way to get together with your friends. And remember, everybody has a little inner Jimi Hendrix that they want to let out. So practice every day and work hard, and before long you'll be playing rock and roll with the greatest of them. Thank you.